Richard. Hare Krishna, Richard. From London. Good to see you. High pitched, very high pitched. Prema looking after, I think. Yeah, who knows it. Hare Krishna, everybody. Haribol, does everyone speak English? We need a translation into local language. We usually have to ask that question. Hi, into Kiwi. Maori would be nice. So welcome this evening to this program where we're gathered together to put Krishna, or the Supreme Lord, in the center of our lives. I'm sure this will adjust in a few moments.
That's still adjusting, thank you.
So once everyone's settled down, a little quiet if you can, my first question will be, can you hear what anything I'm saying? Yes. You can, okay. So today we have this program inviting Shri Radha and Krishna into our home, into the home Gaurchandra Prabhu and Shama Kumari and their family. It's in the home, it's not quite the same as in the temple. In the temple we have official installation ceremony, as many of you know. In the home it's very simple and it's more, let's say, less formal, and in many ways it's not so official. But the heart of the devotee is still the same, to serve the Lord with their very life and soul. So we're going to sing a little song now, and I don't know if you have any songbooks. Probably you can find it on your mobiles. And I'm sure that most of you have a mobile. Is that correct? So if you open up your mobile, if you can, I presume you can get internet here, I don't know. Is it possible? And maybe you can find this song. If anyone knows what page it is on the mobile, it's on page 86 in the songbook. What page is it on the mobile? Pardon? Good question. That's a very good question. You were very intelligent. I was wondering if anyone would notice that, but we never told you which song it was. So the song is Sri Rupa Manjari Pada. Today is the appearance day of our Grand Spiritual Master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. So today is his appearance day. It's also the Tirobhav, which means the day when a great saintly person leaves the world. It's the Tirobhav of Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj also. So it's a very, at least within the members of what we have called the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, the followers of worshipping Lord Krishna, particularly in the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his Sankirtan movement. Today is a very memorable day, a day for evoking deeper devotion. And this song is very special because when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj decided to leave the world, the evening before he decided to leave, he left early in the morning on the 1st of January 1937, but on the evening of December 31st, 1936, whereas most people around the world are gathered in the various cities of the world, probably including Christchurch, I don't know. But in most cities, people on New Year's Eve, they call it, They gather together, and what do? Many get drunk. They have parties. They just become a little bit unruly in many cases, up till midnight going crazy and spending a lot of energy and time and money for no spiritual benefit. Whereas meanwhile in Calcutta, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj was there in the Bagh Bazaar, the temple there in Calcutta, he'd established, and he's decided to leave the world. His service, which he'd rendered, as now to be passed on, you could say, or his particular direct involvement was to be brought to a close, and he decided to leave. But the evening before, he asked two of his very intimate and dear disciples to sing two bhajans. One was the six Shastakam prayers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the other was this song, Shri Rupa Manjari. So this one is not difficult to sing. If you have it, you can join along. Has anyone found it on their mobiles? Some hands are already raised. Try to help others if they're not familiar how to find it. Who's your friend? What's his name? What is it, a unicorn? What's it called? No, this one. Is he a unicorn? Is that what they call it? Or what is it? What is it? What is it? Beak. Is it a bird? Is he a bird? What is he?
It's a bag.
Yeah, but it looks like a bag with a face on it.
Yeah, it's a unicorn.
Is it a unicorn, is it? I don't know. Is it some kind of bird? An eagle. Okay. So let us try. Why this? Because Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj was very intimately connected, is very intimately connected with Rupa Goswami, the great follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the spiritual world, they're serving together, and their roles as intimate assistants for the pleasure of Krishna, Radha and Krishna. So if you found it over here, have you got it? Okay. You have it? Can you share it? Okay, as long as you can see it. Okay, all set to go to time. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Se Mororo Sampada Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Sema bhajana puja Semara pranadana Semara we sing the whole line, not one word. Semara pranadana Perhaps it's written differently on there, I don't know.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's a lie.
Try to, one line, and then I stop and you sing, okay? Not one little bit, the whole line. Se mora prana dana Se mora prana all together. Se mora Semo Jivaneo Jivano Semora rasa nidhi Semora pancha siddhi Semora rasa nidhi Semora pancha siddhi Semo vedera Both lines now I'll sing. Se brata se tapa Se mora mantra japa Se mo dharma dharma Se brata se tapa Back to one line at a time. Anukula Bhavedhi Se Pade Oivedi Anukula Bhavedhi Se Pade Oivedi Nirakivo Hedu Narayane Se Rupa Madhuri Rashi Pranakuvalaya Shashi Se Rupa Madhuri Rashi Apulita Avenishi Yene Apulita Avenishi Yene Tuadashana Ayi Yalita Tapita Jivana Harupa Korudoreya Devo More Arataya Harupa Korudoreya Narotama Loeho Sharana Narotama Loeho Sharana back to the beginning. I'll sing both lines, okay? Rupa Madhuri Pada. No, sorry. Rupa Manjari Pada. Se Mora Sampada. Se Mo Bhajana Udana. Rupa Manjari Pada. Semo bhajana pujana. Semo bhajana pujana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra ki jai. Hare Krishna. All glories to all assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Well, we have very unique, special guests tonight, all of you. And amongst all of us here tonight, we have perhaps the oldest, physically speaking, the oldest member this evening. I think your father would be the eldest, is that correct? 90. Richard? He's 91 years of age, and he's joined us this evening. Thank you for coming, Richard. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Amazing. He's living here with you, is he now? Here in... Very nice. And we also have, I can't remember your exact name, but from Morocco?
Bahija.
It's hard for me to say Bahija. Bahija has joined us today. She's from Morocco. And of course, I'm most of the time in France, this last 3 years since the lockdown, or whatever you call it, the COVID. And we have many, Moroccan people living in France. Well, I think we have at least 3 full-time devotees from Morocco in the temple. Our top book distributor is from Morocco. They distribute they can do 100 gitas on the street like that. A lady. So, yeah. It's Prabhupada's desire, it was Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj's desire that, Krishna consciousness will go everywhere. Who would have thought? When Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj left the planet, there wasn't much going on outside of India. Not really. He wasn't very enthused or overwhelmed by the efforts or the results of the disciples he sent to the West at that time. So I'm sure he's smiling on all of you greatly at this very moment. Now, many of us are from New Zealand. Born, I mean to say. Who's born, physically made in New Zealand? Oh, this body. Don't worry, you're not your body. Unfortunately, he thinks the mind is worse. How many of you are made in New Zealand? Not so many. Pure Kiwis. Not so many. England? Anglais. Put your hands up if you're from England. Anglais. Oh, don't break his arm. 4 or 5 of us from England. Where else are you from? Australia. Where else are we from? India. A few from India. South Africa. There were some devotees from South Africa were here earlier on. They're outside there. Are you from South Africa? You're South Africa? No, we haven't got there yet. There's lots more countries yet to go, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful? Do we really mind that you're from India and you're from America and you're from England and you're from New Zealand, you're from Australia, you're from Malaysia, Germany, come on, any Germans? Any Germans? No, don't be too shy. It's not that bad. Germany, anywhere else? Slovakia, come on, hands up, man. Anders from Slovakia. Where else? Czech Republic. You're not born in Czech, are you? Family from Czech, right? Where else are we from? Morocco, of course, Morocco. Where else? Where are you from?
India.
Oh, you're Indian. Right.
Russia.
Where's Russia? Where's Russia? Where? Huh? She's inside. From Russia. You know we have about 100,000 initiated devotees in Russia? That's a lot of devotees. Where are you from? Fiji! That's nearby, next door neighbour. Oh no, it's spreading. The nectar is spreading. It's contagious. We'll all start crying in a minute. Amazing when you're a baby you cry, eh?
You should say that.
Like, it's part of being a baby almost. United Nations. This is one of the desires of Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, was to unite everyone. We heard this morning about what is Dharma. Dharma means the constitution, the living entity in one sense. They're eternal. We have a material Dharma as well, according to our material conditioning, but we have a spiritual Dharma also. So he wanted to unite everybody on the spiritual platform, Svadharma. No matter what our religious or non-religious beliefs are, we're all intrinsically of the same character. We all have the same basic quality. We just are conditioned due to our karmas in different ways, born in different places with different attachments. And all the various religions of the world originally, maybe they become a little bit, perverted or deflected, but originally are meant to bring us step by step to realize our eternal constitutional nature. And that's the unity. In this world, people sometimes talk about unity, but how can you have unity when you see the same thing differently to me? We can kind of agree to disagree, but how long does that last? You can see the world is full of strife, differences of opinion over just about everything, right? Recently in New Zealand, you've probably had a few events which are like big events for New Zealand. Like your Prime Minister, I think, stepped down. Is that what she did, or something like that, a few months ago or something? kind of big news for New Zealanders. Some agree and some don't agree, isn't it? Then you had a big flood or something a week or so ago. Big storm. Like big news. You know, people have different opinions about all these things. Why? You had your earthquake here when we went to the Hagley Park. Is that what it is? Yeah. Hagley. 100,000 of us were there. We were there. I was there too. On the park when they had the month or so after the earthquake. You know, many dignitaries came. All different opinions. Why it happened. What this, that, what to do about it. You know, everyone's kind of like, not really on the same page. We're on different pages. We're on the book. We're on different pages. And we tend to see things accordingly. Nations, religions, genders, generations, races, different occupations, even down to the level of let's say, pastimes, sport. Even there we'll fight with each other sometimes, right? Isn't it? I don't know what you're rugby, isn't it? That's what the people in New Zealand are into rugby, isn't it? Is that right? All blacks or something. And they're the other opponents. This identity, and we all got the false identity. And Krishna conscious means that we all have, we have our individuality, but we all identify ourselves with the common center. It's not our nation, it's not our religion, it's not our gender. People are all uptight, they want liberation. Huh? What's the latest liberation? What is it? We've been through women's liberation, we've been through gay liberation. What's the latest? Transgender or something liberation? It's always something, But there's no liberation. It's an illusion. You're still conditioned. It doesn't make you any happier, by the way. Even if you do get, yes, we got our rights. This thing, all kinds of things, abortion, some of them are horrible things they want. But it's missing the whole point of life, of missing the opportunity in this human life to achieve what we're really looking for. We're all looking for unending happiness, unending peace, love, everyone. But that will not be found in an ever-changing world where one person sees it this way and one person sees it that way. Isn't it? Even in this age we're in, is described even in your own heart, you have this duality. Isn't it? One minute you see it this way, next minute you see it that way, and then it goes back that way, and someone else comes along and influences us that way. We're spinning around in our own world. We don't know where we're going. We take some pills or some liquor or something or another to try to kind of like deal with it, But we're lost. Basically, we're lost in this world. We don't know what happens. How many people know what happens when they die? Most people say, well, nothing. It's all over. Well, what a waste of time, isn't it? What a waste of time. It's meaningless. And whatever. Don't know what's going to happen. Where we came from. Where did you come from? And why are you born in India and I'm born in, Pig Hill? It's not fair. I'm from Pig Hill. You know where that is, don't you? Richard? John, you know where Pig Hill is? Yeah, you got it. See, he knows where Pig Hill is. They made the name a little bit more palatable, Swine Down, it's called. Reduced to Swin Don. Don means like hill, and Swin is swine. If you put it in simple English, it means Pig Hill. Don't laugh. Wait till I start cracking some jokes about Germany. I'm from England, We have a lot of jokes about Germany. We have this kind of long historical relationship. But, why? Why am I born in Pig Hill? We're born in Czech. No, you're not. You're born in New Zealand. Why are you born in New Zealand? Karma. Okay, that's a good answer. Simple answer. Karma. Nothing you can do about it. Karma. Well, we can do something about it. And it's not trying to establish our perspective. Bhaktisiddhanta, one of his most profound statements is, no one can reform this world by even the breadth of a hair, the width of a hair. No one. We think we can. We make the endeavors to. The intention may be good or not good, but we can't do anything. It's all up to the will of the Lord. He is actually organizing the whole situation. We are like a witness to all of this drama going on in front of us. But we get so involved in it. Now when you watch the television or you watch a movie, even any event, you watch a sports event, have you noticed how you get carried away? How your emotions get completely worked up? Isn't it? Isn't I correct? You're working in an era where you're faced with this all the time. How much a person's whole perspective of life and themselves is so much carried away by environmental or association, which we come in contact with due to our karma. Of course, there's desires involved in the background, and it goes on, this unending cycle of, duality, happiness, distress. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is bad. I feel great. I feel awful. Sometimes in a few minutes, the whole thing can change. Huh? And we miss the very person who's experiencing these different situations which we're faced with. We're forgetting who we are. Completely. And, if I'm not happy and you are, and, we can create many different interactive results, effects. But if we have this understanding that we have we're spiritual beings, which people basically are denied this opportunity to realize, isn't it? Practically denied. Right from the word birth, even before birth, we're more or less covered over to identify ourselves with what we're not. It's called Maya, as we all know. And this was going on. This is Maya's like, there was one one musical thing, I don't know the name of the group, they made a record that Maya's like the director of this great drama, stage act, a pop group. We're all players in the great drama. And she's the director. We don't realize it. And if you ever go into a drama, what you have to do, you have to fully identify with the part if you want to play well. Isn't it? If you're thinking, no, what am I doing on here? You will not get anywhere in the drama. You've got to forget who you normally think you are. Completely identify with whatever part you've got in the drama. Isn't it? You can't really succeed otherwise. You've got to play it to the full. And that's what's happening in this world. Maya's expert director. She's convinced, well, she's not convinced us, we want to, but she's covered us over. So we completely identify with that body or that situation we're in. And this great material world is like a drama. And we get so worked up all over it. You watch the television and there's a movie on, it's a love scene, and you're getting all the girls are, and the boys are and then a movie comes on, it's a horror movie. I don't know if they still have them. Midnight horror movie, we used to watch it, Midnight horror movie. Saturday night, midnight. Warning, those of nervous disposition are not recommended to watch this following program. It's like scary. You're going through all kinds of emotional stuff, You're going bananas, whatever, the news, the whole world was just like overwhelmed, right? During COVID. Partly fear. I was still there. The other day, one of our devotees was in Australia, and someone said, they've got COVID. And everyone started, fear. Even if you haven't got it, you feel affected by that, So, well, maybe I've got COVID. You start feeling sick. Even though you're nothing wrong with you, you start kind of almost imagining that you're sick, It's amazing how, this material energy is carrying us away. Well, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he's not like that. These personalities, Gaur Govinda Maharaj, they come into this world and they are not affected by all of this. Wouldn't it be nice? Can you imagine what it'd be like? We're all thinking, I'm Indian, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a man, I'm a woman, blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, you've got a body and you have to act accordingly, but they're not of it. It's like Jesus said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of it. They're not of it. They're utilizing it. Why do they utilize their body? They could go into the forest and just meditate or whatever, but they've got no reason to come into the world to meditate. They only come into this world to wake us up. We're dreaming. Everyone knows what a dream is, right? You don't know what you are when you're in a dream. You're just floating around in God knows where, isn't it? You don't, it might be good, it might be bad, it might be whatever, but we don't know, we don't even know who we are. We're just witnessing this dream. And it can be horrible sometimes. And then you wake up, what a relief, Wow, it was just a dream. But we're all in a dream now. We don't realize it. We think this is real. And everyone around us is convincing you it's real. It seems real. And of course it's existing, but it's like a dream exists too. But it's just on the mental platform. Gone with it. Gone and it's gone. Passing by. It's like a puff of air. A cloud in the sky. We're so much enamored by this. Trying to squeeze pleasure. Most religions today are trying to facilitate our position within this dream to make it more comfortable, or a better dream, so you go into the heavens and have a better dream, but not to realize our spiritual identity. So these great personalities who rarely appear in this world, they do appear in all religions. We find at least the preceptors who come into this world, whether it's Muhammad, whether it's Jesus, they're all coming. They're known as Shakti Avesh. They're empowered incarnations, or a son of God, or what do we call it? Prophet, or what's another word you could use? Representative of God, ambassador,
Agent.
Agents. Like this, they're coming here. Just like if you're an agent, you go and try to, on behalf of your business, you may try to distribute the product. They're coming here to give us what every single living entity needs. Whether you're an ant, even the cells in our body, there are living entities in there. They're so low on the evolutionary scale of consciousness, but they're nonetheless living entities. Aside from that, every living entity by constitutional nature is spiritual and has an eternal relationship with the Supreme Spirit, the Supreme Person. So in our homes here today, we're inviting Shri Krishna, the Supreme Person, in the form of Radha and Krishna, to give us this opportunity to develop this relationship, to see him in the center, or them, in the center of our lives, instead of me, me, me. How I feel, everything's me, isn't it? It's amazing, even in our efforts to become a devotee, many of our decisions, if not all of them, but at least many of them, are based on that principle. How I feel, how I see it. And we are conditioned souls. We're not pure. At least not at this point. But we're still so much affected or judging things according to our present conditioning. So these pure souls who don't judge it like that, they judge it with Krishna in the center. It may sound like, oh, I don't like that. What about me? We may want to see it. That's what we're here. We want to see ourselves a little in the center. So these pure souls, they don't. They see it in relationship with Krishna, in relationship with the origin. We've all probably seen a Philharmonic orchestra, correct? Some of you may have been in I have one disciple, Nitai Charan? He lived in Germany for years, tall fellow, professional, double bass, this big machine, this big thing. Professionally, he played in the Volkswagen Philharmonic Orchestra. Now that's a big orchestra, isn't it, in Germany? The Volkswagen Philharmonic Orchestra. You must know, you're from Germany. Come on.
professional. You don't feel like play it. You imitate, you play a part. You play a different part. But there's harmony, isn't it? There's harmony. It's not discord. You play the wrong part, there'll be discord. You don't have to play your part. You play it, and you play it, and you play it, and you play it, and you play that part. And you get what you get. If everyone, you may get just something, even if you know how to play your part. There's one key factor in the orchestra. What do they do, you so do? Huh? Conductor, the bus conductor. No, not the bus conductor. The orchestral conductor, right? They all work or coordinate or cooperate with the bus conductor, with the orchestral conductor. And it's harmonious. It's a fantastic sound. Every group, any sport, everything in the universe is like this. The universe is going on like this. We, however, are kind of a little bit in discord with nature. We try to interfere with the natural flow. Even in the material world, we interfere with the natural flow. Try to make things more how I or we want it. And we're still not satisfied. Materially, so spiritually, and materially, material follows. But the spiritual unity, the unity is not some legislation. It's not some, vote. It's not even some doctrine. It's a reality. It's a different doctrine, dogmatic doctrines, which can help if it's guided in the right direction. But it's not just the conclusion. It's not just the stage. They help to bring us to realize what is the real unity. It's in relationship with the supreme person. We're in our own life. The more we put Krishna in the center, the more unity will be. So let's read something. Where's the big book? You all read this before. So we'll read something on here. Because today we're talking a little bit deity. Sometimes people think the deity is my Lord. I could say that the same thing when I see a picture of, your mother or your brother or child. That's not your mother. That's not your child. That's just a piece of paper. Why are you getting so worked up about that piece of paper? It's just a piece of paper. But it's not. What does it do? It completely reminds us of that. It may just be a reflection or whatever it is, an image of them. But in our hearts, it completely reminds us what reminds us when we see Krishna. What is the deity of Krishna? What does it do to us? What does it do to you? What does it do to you? Say the right thing, otherwise
Just by we feel more conscious of them. When we feel more conscious of them.
We're more conscious of Krishna. That's what we're here for. To become conscious of Krishna. There are many ways we can become conscious of Krishna. That's very clear, powerful. And what else does it do when we have engaged in the home? What else does it do? Form of Krishna.
Regulated.
Regulated in our lifestyle. Not that small. Try to be pure in your behavior. Because you feel this is Krishna. Where? And this way it makes it easier for us to remember what a if we are the eternal servants of Krishna, the being, then we should learn what service is. It's not a matter of our imagination aspect of Krishna. Neither is the form of Krishna. All this is described in various scriptures, as is the forms of the method of serving, right, or given by those great scholars like Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj who come into this world to teach us like little children, step by step, how to walk on the path of God. Just like you do with your kids, step by step. You show them how to do this, you show them how to do things. How to talk, toilet, grass, all different things, which to us are common sense. When you're a child, has to be awoke. It's there, potential, has to be awoke. Potential within all of us for pure devotional service. It just has to be awoken. It's not something you get from outside. Love God, yeah, it's within all of us. It's just covered by all these karmas, all these misconceptions. It's can be cleared away by Srila. We don't get love of God from someone else. It's constitution. It's revealed, where it's awoken by Srila. It means hearing and chanting and serving Krishna according to the direction or proper process. That is given to us for daily worship, worshiping the form of the Lord in our home in different forms, many forms. And in those forms, worship the Lord in that way, so that we gradually realize this is our nature. Our nature is to serve. Our dharma is to serve. Our personal dharma is to serve. Service is always there, whether in conditioned life or not conditioned. Service is nature. Just channel that, direct that towards Krishna instead towards our own separatism, which creates constant. Let me read a little bit from this book, which is called Amrita Bani, Words of Immortality by Srila. Not by him, one of his disciples, this appearance, all Bhaktisiddhanta. This is a little bit about the deity. What two representatives of the Supreme Lord exist in this world? What are the two representatives of the Lord that exist in this world? Okay. You read the book? Oh, you never read it. You did. You never read it. Two forms. There are two representatives of the Lord in this world. The transcendental sound vibration of the Lord's holy name and the Lord's deity. Two. Who enjoys eternal spiritual passion. The deity is not just a form, it is Krishna. And the more we mature in spiritual life, when we realize this is actually Krishna himself. As the same thing with the name. It's not that we're chanting the name to get somewhere else. The name is Krishna, not Vanamana. And same with the deity. It's just that we're covered, so we see it in one time. Prabhupada said one time, you'll see in the deity as stone because your heart is stone. If you look through stone, you'll see everything stone. If you look through blue, you'll see everything blue. I covered with blue filters, you'll see everything blue. So our consciousness, I want to sense is the picture within the heart. Where consciousness is covered accordingly, we see everything accordingly. Argue and fight over it. Now it's not as this, now it's not as that. Fight with each other, kill each other. False perception. Perception is cleared up. Rupa being dumped up with a vein and him. Colors. Kiwi scholars. The Sarupari, all these false identities, are cleared up the heart of the memory. Why? Our hearing or Rishikesh. Engaging in devotional service of the Lord, then gradually our consciousness becomes pure. And we will realize that this is not just a statue or just a deity, so to speak, just something just to remind us. It is Krishna in full, as is the name. In the beginning, we chant the name and we struggle sometimes. We may like kirtan or japa on the beat, sometimes we struggle with that one. You know, your mind is the universe everywhere except Krishna. And we sometimes struggle because we haven't realized this. the name is Krishna. Still have some other ideas. Some other shelter is there. You come to that. I'm realizing we heard this morning about the understand everything by chanting the holy name. Everything purposeful. All purposes. If we don't realize that, we're still infected with atheistic system. The association of great personalities like Govinda Maharaj, many of us helps us to focus, to remember that, to realize that. Because they're living examples how to represent the holy name of the age. They're not just chanting Hare Krishna or to achieve liberation or to achieve material elevation. Chanting Hare Krishna is constitution. They're associated with Krishna as the most easily accessible form. And in this universe, especially the stage of Kali, and they're sharing this opportunity with all of us. We cannot see with our eyes, we cannot smell with our nose, taste with our tongue, or touch with our body that object that is at present far from us. Of course, we have modern technology, we can't really see it. Just seeing a picture of it. You think, oh, that's London. Oh, here's my brother over there in Japan. You identify as that. So we're not really there. It reminds me, just as one cannot touch London with any of our senses on Christchurch. Of this place. None of the above four senses can touch an object situated as such a distance. All we can do is use our sense of hearing to gather knowledge about the object. What do we know about the beginner? It's the moon. We don't know much about it, but whatever we know, where'd you get your knowledge from? You hear, right? You hear from somebody who claims they've been there, or they want some pictures, or you hear from some scripture or something. We gather knowledge with that sense, but we can't actually touch or go there. You can learn about London even while sitting here by hearing about it. So, that's fun. Reading is considered an extension of hearing because printed words are simply visualized sound. The scripture is revealed transcendental sound that has been visualized and formed. We can hear the transcendental sound vibrations through writings, vibrations that were made by sadhus thousands of years ago. Therefore, the scriptures, the work of saintly persons, is the deity form of transcendental vibration. Mundane sound does not work in the same way. With mundane sound, there is a difference between the name and water, 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 water is my first mention. Maybe you're drinking water, but this is in itself it's not the same. It's relative to the alcohol. Now, what is the name of water in Maori? Wine? You say, why? I'm not going to bring you with. It's relative. Why? Don't you say is that right?
Lazy Christian.
What's the teaching? Yeah, well, there's probably connection. That's part of the language is root. And it's a different word everywhere. You can argue over it. No, this is water. No, it's water. German? Water? Asa. Everywhere in the name. Every level. Same is relative. And it's your way. If you don't get water just by saying whatever language, You can, therefore the Shastra, you can hear the transcendental sound vibrations through writing, vibrations that were made by studies. The mundane sound is a difference. And water is different from the substance of water. In the spiritual world, there is no difference between an object's name and the object itself, out from material senses to your mind. And very quickly, the sound and the object are synonymous. The name is not different from the person who is called by that name. And you can, some way, connect it slightly. Now, we have maiden names, whatever they are. You may have names which describe your qualities. Anyone, maybe someone like to give an example. Maybe you're called a doctor because that's your occupation. We have Dr. John here. Is that right, John? He's a medical doctor. John from England. You can see that. The doctor. So you may be called doctor. Somebody may describe you by your, not necessarily what you do, but by your behavior. They call you a creep. I don't even know what creep means. I don't even know if it's still the word used. I have no idea. Well, maybe you're not just your behavior like that, but what you identify with. Where you're from, you're a gangster, Tommy, whatever they call it. Or you're a Christian, Hindu. These are all different titles which you make up. It gives you a little bit more description. If you say, my name's John, it doesn't really tell you anything about who you are. Nothing. And you can change your name tomorrow, by the way. You can change your name. It doesn't describe anything about you. Maybe it describes something about religion, where you're from, names, countries. It doesn't tell anything about you as an individual. When you say somebody is this or that, it may describe something about you. Get a little bit more personal. The spiritual world is actually what you are. Krishna's name is not just a name on the left hand. Mummy gave it to me. Just picked it out of a hat and there it was. And she called it Krishna. No. Everywhere it actually is Krishna. He's the most attractive. Krishna. That's him. He's just Yashodanandana. What is that? What is Yashodanandana? Who is Yashodanandana? Yashoda. Okay, that's, you could say, not necessarily a description of Krishna's qualities, but it's still another name. And it is him. Always him. It's not like he's now, he's not him. Later on he'll become,
It's pretty attractive.
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 Aggressive.
Yeah.
But he's always Yashodananda. The next life is not like he becomes, Putin. That's good. Oh, she's always Yashodananda. All wrong. I mean, we change your name, we change your appearance, we change your body, we change your religion, we change your religion, we change everything. It changes everything. It's find out who we really are. And this is the process. When the Lord's holy names are not products of nature, but an incarnated local time. They're not made by man. We're making in the name of God. We don't make the name of God. We hear from the scriptures, the authority. The names describing the qualities and signs of the Lord. Eternal. The wonderful thing is, when you chant or sing these names or read about these names, what is the effect? Say water. Do you get water? No. Krishna, Krishna. Yeah, they came out. Maya has no jurisdiction. That has descended into this world. Krishna comes to this one. Give us this association, this opportunity to connect with this transcendental sound is directly the supreme command. It's full of spiritual verities. Therefore, those who constantly hear transcendental sound are constantly in touch with the supreme. This is the person who lives at a distance from an object, gathers information about the object with the help of transcendental sound, and upon meeting the object of the spirit, praise and adoration, thereby obtaining proper realization of the object. Similarly, in the spiritual sense, it is vital to hear transcendental sound vibration if one wishes to understand the supreme object. Sound in terms of material. This is true both for sadhaka and the siddha. When we're practicing always with perfection. Jagat Guru Sri Chaitanya Dev, pressed jewel among the acharyas, glorified the process of hearing transcendental sound and taught us to engage in the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy name of both our sadhana and our self. It's not just the practice. That means the result of this chanting. What's the result of chanting for? I would say more chanting. Oh, now what do I do now? Oh, your taste for chanting increase and all other activities. Bhaktisiddhanta has said that sadhana means that which helps to develop our attraction to chanting. And if what we're doing doesn't help us with daily worship, any service, if that doesn't help us to awaken our attraction of the Lord in Kali Yuga, it doesn't help us. It is an impediment on our concentration. Chanting Hare Krishna is the emperor of all sadhana, the only infallible means of perfection. Lord Chaitanya, although we do, should love our charges. Others have encouraged and actually established the worship of deity. But he said himself, Lord Chaitanya did not focus on the he simply preached the book. Everything's in the holy name. Everyone can worship in any condition, internally, externally. Name, which is always called. Chanting becomes useless for the Supreme Lord. It's not the beneficiary of the chanting, but we use it to fulfill some temporary self interest. May get from material returns. Benefit chanting is not just, we often think it's some kind of mechanistic way of chanting, but it's more the intent. Mechanistic and which we usually put more emphasis on techniques. But it's more the intent. Why? What is your purpose? Is your purpose to attain pleasure? Anyway, is your purpose of liberation? Is it to become free with karma? Is it to establish ourselves in the minds of others? What is their purpose? Feel good, proud. I'm chanting so many rounds. How are you chanting? Do you think that pleases Krishna? We advertise kind of, shows. No. The intent in our hearts. If we're chanting going to earn 10. That's what Krishna will reciprocate with. If a servant calls the master to eat, but the master's wife and children call him to give him pleasure, would we consider such calling a valor to refrain from calling useless? Devotees chant Krishna's holy name. Why? Do devotees chant Krishna? Why do? Are we devotees? I'm not a devotee. I'm not only a devotee. I'm a guru. I'm a guru. A pure devotee. I'm a guru. Just to let you know. What is it? I'm a guru. Why are you laughing? Don't believe me? This morning we heard Bhaktisiddhanta. One of the things she's a guru is a guru. She's an animal. Like this being born as an animal. So you become an animal. One who thinks he's a guru is an animal. But if you don't do the role of guru, play the role of guru, then nothing will happen. You realize we're not really, playing a part. We're ordered, has ordered everyone to play a part. We're not the doer. We're just an instrument for the will of the Lord to be spread everywhere. And everyone's got a chance. Just an instrument. We just everything about Bhaktisiddhanta section. Just be an instrument. Spread, just give. We just transparent. Just give this mercy. Give it out, the holy name, prasadam, books, knowledge. Just give it. Hear it. We're not the doer. We don't take the claim. Prabhupada didn't take the claim for what we did. He didn't take the claim. He was not mine. I'm not doing anything. Just followed what my spiritual master told me to do. And just pass it. This way we don't see ourselves as manifest. The deity is a direct manifestation. Why do we can't chant Hare Krishna? Worship is where who said that one? That's the real purpose, is to please Krishna. You may say, my God, what type of God is this? He just likes everyone just to chant his name. Someone prays him more than one. Woo! Listening carefully. Falls around him. I love him. That's why we make it is true. We're all thinking like that to some degree. There is the center of everything we do have an eternal loving relation. We come from him. We're his parts and parcels. We're not like a separate entity competing with him. We come from him. We're his part and parcels. It's part of your body. It's part of you, you say. Body is supposed to bring pleasure to the whole. And you're supposed to bring pleasure to the whole. It's come. Everything's pleased the whole system. Krishna is one has everything. So actually, we call upon him. We call his name. No more stress, no more anxiety, no more illusion, no more birth and death. Automatic. We do not care about those who consider deity and idol. The Lord's deity form is his merciful incarnation, who enjoys eternal pastimes in Vaikuntha as well as in the material world. Deity is a direct manifestation of the Lord's personal form, and as such is not different from the Supreme Personality of God. The deity is supremely worshipable. Lord Chaitanya said about the deity that he was not an idol, but directly was son of Maharaj. Our Prabhupada also, don't think of this in London, he said, don't think they're deities. This is wishes. I will talk to those deities. Vaishnavas are not idol worshippers who simply imagine that the Lord has a material form, nor do they deny that the Lord has any form at all. Such thoughts are for those endowed with material conceptions. Then any form reflected in the heart must be an idol, the firstness worship matter as a supreme Lord. They are therefore idol worshippers under the shelter of the great imaginary forms that they try to indulge in try to enjoy the material form. That's idol worship. You see the Lord's spiritual forms that Chidananda. Thus we worship him with a proper recitation of mantras and devotion filled. It is only possible to communicate with the Lord when we are living our spiritual propensity. Only those whose intelligence and current of thoughts have been materially influenced, who have no information about the spiritual engagement. Lord's day form of worship, the chanting, is holy name. Third is third only. Chanting the holy name is the main way that we worship the deity. Together, this brings unity, freedom from false identity, cleanses the heart of all misconception, ultimately awakens the realize this is Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.